Well, hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Professor, and you're listening to the Bollywood Podcast. This is episode 13, and boy, oh boy, it's been a while. It's been a few weeks since we've been able to get together and kind of talk about just some of the Bollywood stuff going on. I think first and foremost, let's do this. We need to talk about the Uri attacks, because I think when you look at this in all kind of openness, in all kinds of reality of things, Bollywood, Hollywood, all of the film industries that we enjoy are minor things. What matters most is really safety and security. And so we saw the Uri attacks happen once again from the Pakistani side. These folks have their origins, and it truly amazes me personally how the average Pakistani, at least my interaction with them on social media, how they choose to identify themselves with terrorism. They don't like the fact of saying we need to condemn it, and several threats have been made against my life. Whatever. I mean, come on. Freedom does not pull away from fear. So, India had a response to it. I know we had some conversations with each other about cutting the water off, which I thought was a great idea. Sanctions and all these different things, but India went and took care of it. Indian commandos began just to systematically hit strategic targets and wipe them out. And so I salute you, India. I salute you, Indian Special Forces, for taking it to the enemy. It was an amazing thing to read about and to see and to get the clips coming in from you guys. And I truly, truly just want to wish safety and peace and prosperity on all my Indian friends. And if there are any Pakistanis listening, I have nothing against you. I don't know how many times I have to say this. I have something against your government. That's what I have an issue with. And if you continue to choose to say, well, no, you're talking about me, then I don't know what to do for you. I don't know what I can say to you. It becomes, you guys are kind of making this a self-fulfilling prophecy on yourself. When you come through and you start threatening my life, you start telling me how you're going to kill me and all these things. Listen, you want to fight? Fine, come find the professor. I'll help you find your 72 virgins. I will do that for you. That's the least I can do, right? But be careful. A wise man once told me, be careful of who you grab onto, because you never know who has who. So that is just my opening thoughts. I'd love to see Pakistan repent of their terrorism and become a honest nation. They're like the ghetto of Southeast Asia. And, we have some folks kind of coming out and talking about it. I know Salman Khan had some comments about it. I think with Salman Khan, what my opinion is of him, it's kind of hard to take serious, We had the whole running over the homeless man. You had the rape comments. Now you have this. I don't know. I think Salman Khan is just kind of a caricature. He puts out some visually stunning films. The trailers that I've seen of his more recent work look really compelling. But he's not bright, right? He's kind of like the, we have a term in America called bimbo, and it's a super beautiful girl who's really stupid. And I think that's what we're seeing with Salman Khan here. Is he's just not bright, and there's nothing against him. And I'm not trying to disgrace him or discredit him to his fans. A very talented guy. I just think he's like Matt Damon here in America. Be quiet. Just be quiet. Go make some movies, will you? Go make some movies. We'll give you the money. It's win-win. But we see so many actors feel like now they have to have a stage for something. and they want to talk about things that nobody really cares about, or they're just so misinformed on it. It's kind of like, what are you doing, dude? So anyways, that's kind of my opening statement on that, and I want to spend the rest of the show kind of talking about my top 10 list of my favorite Bollywood film actors and actresses. You know, I did a list once when I first started, I think it was episode 1, where I took the top 10 Bollywood actors based on box office, and I compared them to the American actors, and then I kind of did a round robin, you know, a survive in advance, who I think is a better actor. And at the time, I didn't see very many films, right? I was very infantile in my knowledge of the Bollywood film industry. But now, I've seen a good number of films. I would probably say I've seen more Bollywood films than the average American Indian Bollywood trailer reaction guy. A lot of these guys really don't watch these films and try to understand them and break them down. Many of them are just kind of here to make a buck and smile and, you know, and do that kind of thing. And I don't fault them for it. But I love this industry. I love India, and I want to get a better handle on what's going on here. So I think we'll do that. We'll talk about my top 10 list. I have I don't know if you'd be surprised by some of them. I guess if you're a fan of what we do here, if you're a friend who interacts with us on a regular basis, you probably already know a lot of them. You probably know a lot of them. But we'll go through them anyways. Oh, I also want to do too, I want to talk about some of the films that I've seen, you know, because I've started something called Movie Roast. Yeah, well, that's what we'll do. Let's do this. We'll go ahead and we'll talk about Movie Roast, and and we'll work our way into the top 10 list. You are listening to the Bollywood Podcast, Remnant X Radio, Movie Community College. We'll be back in a minute. All right, welcome back. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube, that was a commercial break that we take on radio and whatnot, and it doesn't really translate here on YouTube because you don't hear the commercial or whatever. So what I was saying was the Movie Roast. So if you go to the YouTube page, I've started something called Movie Roast. It's kind of down towards the bottom of the page. And the idea is these films are so bad, there's something so terribly wrong with the film that I'm going to put it up and kind of do a movie review and rip it. So the very first one I did was Once Upon a Time in Mumbai, and that thing was terrible. I mean, I thought A.J. Devgan was terrible in it, underutilized. And I don't remember what the name of his lieutenant is offhand. Oh, man. But he was terrible. Everything I've seen him, he was in Ungali. Everything I see him in, the guy is just so terrible. I think he may be the worst actor acting in anything that has a wood after it. Hollywood, Bollywood, Tollywood. I mean, this guy is terrible. How he has a job, I have no idea. So what I wanted to do is, after I watched Once Upon a Time in Mumbai, I started let's find some American films too and kind of talk about. So we did Escape from L.A., which was a sequel from Escape from New York, and that thing is terrible. You can go check that out. And then No Country for Old Men, good movie, absolutely good movie, but the ending just so destroyed it for me. I was just like, are you kidding me? What the hell happened? What the hell happened with that dude? Where did he go? I was just so angry that I put it in a movie roast category. And then probably the most controversial one was R.A. Raw 1. Dude, this thing is terrible. Well, I mean, what I likened it to was a dog coming up and pooping in your yard, right? And it was just a terrible performance. Terrible performance. I thought SRK was terrible in the film. I've seen him in some things where he just really does a great job. This thing was just flawed all the way through, and it's not his fault on this. This was just a bad movie all the way around, from the writing to the producing to the directing to the acting. and you start digging a hole that deep, sometimes there's just not a good way out of it. You know what I mean? I mean, there's just no way. All you can do is just try to fight your way through and perform, and then be done with it. And then the next one that I did on Movie Roast was Tease Marcon with burger, soda, and whatever. I mean, oh my God. Kuman, what are you doing? Go. This thing was terrible. This thing was just like... So if Raw 1 was a dog pooping in your yard, Tease Marcon was somebody scooped that dog poop up, put it in a brown paper bag, set it on your porch, lit it on fire, and then rang the doorbell. You open the doorbell and look down and see there's a small fire on my porch. I got to stomp it out. And you start stomping it. Oh, wait, there's dog poop in this. Now I got dog poop on my shoe, on my foot, and I'm trying to get it off. I can't get it off, and I have to smell dog poop now for like 3 or 4 days until this kind of just dries up and falls off. Terrible, terrible, terrible film. This is probably one of the worst films I've ever seen anywhere, ever. So with that being said, we almost had another one that fall into that category, and that was Star Trek: The Motion Picture. That almost hit, man. That thing was so terrible until Spock hit the screen. He saved that movie, and I walked away from Star Trek: The Motion Picture with a greater appreciation of Spock, because this thing was so in a hole. His performance picked it up. I mean, I think that this had the potential to be worse than Tease Marcon, as far as films go. And Leonard Nimoy saved the day. So I did a movie review on that called In Spock We Trust, and I'm trying to go through all things Star Trek. Not a lot of people are watching it, which is fine. This is going to be more of a labor of love as I try to learn more about Star Trek. I'm calling it Starfleet Academy. Let's see what else we got going on the page before we get into the top 10 list. Oh, movie commentaries. There's some how do I want to say this? There's some miscommunication. There's some misunderstanding of what this thing is. In the States, there's a place called Collider Video, and they're pretty big when it comes to movie talk, trailer reviews, movie reviews, all that kind of stuff. And they do something that's called a commentary. So what they do is they watch a video, and so what they do is they get you to get the video, cue it up with them, and then what you're doing is you're basically watching the film and then listening to their commentary as they banter back and forth. And I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. So I watched the film Love, Sex, and a Dahuka, which I think is Deceit. I think Dahuka is Deceit. And I gave you my commentary. I asked questions. What about this? What about that? And some of you got I think confused about what it is, or like, what the hell are you doing, dude? I'm not watching you for it. And I understand that. The idea is that you listen to this while you're watching the movie. So it's like I'm sitting there with you, watching the film, asking you questions, sharing my thoughts, any insights I have, and we kind of have a moment together. That's kind of the idea of it. And some of you really liked it, and we'll be doing another one. It's just going to be a matter of probably maybe once a month we'll try to do one. It's a huge time commitment to get this thing going. For an hour, this video is an hour and 48 minutes because it runs the length of the film, and so we just kind of got to plan and be careful of how we do this. But the Love, Sex, Adorka, loved the film. One of the most ingenious films I've ever seen. How it was made, I was spellbound by it. I just thought, just what an ingenious thing. And one of the questions I asked was, because I got it with no subtitles, and so I asked you guys, like, hey, what am I missing? Is this here? And you guys kind of filled me in, dude, and it even blew my mind even more how good this thing is. I mean, this thing is just truly incredible. I really, really enjoyed the film, and I think maybe what I'm going to do is the next one I do, I'm probably going to switch off between like an American film and an Indian film. But the next Indian film I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do my commentary on My Name is Khan. I have some things to say about the film. I enjoyed the film overall, but I think we'll just do that as a commentary. Let's go ahead. What we're going to do here is we're going to take another break. We'll come back and we'll get right into the top 10 actors and actresses in Bollywood, now that I have a little knowledge behind me. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with you. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody, to the Bollywood Podcast, episode 13. Here is my top 10 list. So I'll be curious to hear what you guys think about this. So, number 10. Well, before we do number 10, we have a phrase here in America called guilty pleasure. And what that means is it something that you really wouldn't want to admit to your friends about, because they'll make fun of you, or like it's so terrible, or it's just so stupid, but you really enjoy it. So you kind of view it in hiding, or you listen to it in hiding, or you do it in hiding, because you don't want anybody to know. So it's your guilty pleasure. Guilty. I have a good friend, very much into heavy metal, death metal, all kinds of stuff. His name's Junior. But his guilty pleasure is Phil Collins. Completely counterintuitive to what you think he would listen to. But he loves some Sussudio, right? And when it comes on, man, he quietly just starts jamming to it because he loves Phil Collins. So that's kind of the idea. My number 10 is Katrina Kaif. Katrina Kaif is my guilty pleasure. I understand, I had a conversation with Sam and Dave on the Controlled Chaos channel. And, we Skype periodically, maybe once a month. That's probably what it averages out to. And if you guys are listening to this, sorry about Sunday, man. I overslept. We were supposed to Skype. But, they were telling me how she's not real popular in India. Like, a lot of people don't like her. And I'm not sure if it's because she's of Indian descent, but she was born in Hong Kong. She's more kind of an import than a homegrown product. But Kaif, man, everything I see in her, I just absolutely love. I don't know what it is. The films aren't, the films that she's in, they aren't overly compelling. It's not like I walk away from, a performance and think, wow, what an amazing actress. Wow. I'm just blown away. I'm a different person. I need to go back and re-examine my life. No, that's not at all. That's not at all. I just something about her performances I really, truly enjoy. They're just, I just like her. She's very likable on screen. I think what I've seen her in a few films. I think I've seen 3 or 4 of her films. But I love her Namaste clip. I really do. I think that's what kind of just flipped me to becoming a fan of hers, is when that Namaste, and then Kumar kind of steps in and helps her and explains what Namaste is to the British overlord, dirty, nasty, imperialist. Folks forget that America was also underneath the crown, and like India, we rebelled and gained our freedom. So my number 10 actor/actress in Bollywood is Katrina Kaif. I absolutely love her. I will watch her as my guilty pleasure when no one's around. If I was in India hanging out with you guys and we were kicking it and there was a Katrina Kaif movie coming out, I would sneak off by myself and watch it and not let you guys know, because I know you'd make fun of me. Okay, so that's number 10. Here's number 9. Number 9. And I apologize for butchering any of these names. Sushant Singh Rajput. I hope I got that close. Please, if I mispronounce it, please go ahead and if you could just type down phonetically how to say their name so I can become more familiar with it. But he was Detective Bashki, one of my favorite films. The Bengali Sherlock Holmes. I made the Warrior Queen watch it. She did not like it. Tough. It's like vegetables. Sometimes you just got to eat them, even if they don't taste good, because they're good for your soul. That film was completely amazing. Amazing. I loved, and we did a movie review that you can go see on YouTube on the film, but I loved that film. I thought his performance was so good. I thought he was just a great character, and from what I understand, that this is from a series of books. Boy, I would love to see more of these things come out. More of these detective films come out. He was great. I also loved how the music was really kind of counterintuitive. It was incongruous to what you were seeing. I mean, towards the end, we hear death metal. And it's set in 1942 Calcutta, I think. Calcutta Kiss is off that, one of my favorite songs. I have it on my iPod. And I truly, truly enjoyed his performance in that. That's the only film I've seen of his, but I truly, truly enjoyed it. So that's my number 9. Number 9. We're going to go to number 8. Number 8. She is one of my favorites. I think she is absolutely adorable. I have not seen her give a bad performance, from whether it's a little indie film, indie mean independent, or if it's on a bigger screen. Absolutely love her. Absolutely love her. She is the one of a handful of Bollywood actor/actresses I would like to meet. And that is Rahika Apte. Rahika Apte. I understand there's some controversy over the selfies, and I saw those selfies. And that is quite provocative. I think from an Indian point of view. In America, this stuff kind of happens all the time. Somebody hacked into Jennifer Lawrence's, smartphone and got a bunch of nude selfies of her, and distributed them or whatever. And I don't understand, why are you keeping nude selfies of yourself on your phone? I mean, are you that kind of a pervert where it's like, here, nude selfie, let me share with you. Hey, Controlled Chaos guys, nude selfie. Hey, everybody, nude selfie. I mean, it just makes no sense. What are you doing? I don't understand. But provocative, yes. But I love her. Brighter Day, she had a very small role. Outstanding in Parched. Outstanding in Phobia. Just, one of the things I really, truly like her, because you can kind of compare and contrast her and Katrina together, Keefe, right? And this has been true for me, fellas. You tell me if there's any truth to this. You can kind of come across two types of women. Women who are outwardly beautiful, but the more you get to know them, they're kind of shallow. Or women whose beauty surprises you, because it kind of comes from within. And next thing you know, you're mesmerized by it. And it has to do with kind of a total package. It's not just solely based on their physical looks, but there's an essence to them that just kind of beautifies their outer being, if that makes any sense. And I think she has that. I think she absolutely has it. I root for her because she's a dark-skinned Indian woman. Not easy to make it in Bollywood. I mean, quite honestly, not easy to make it anywhere the darker your skin is, because I think we just kind of have a built-in resistance towards that. I mean, there's an idea, and I think you can see it cross-culture about fair-skinned. And it's not just India. We have it in America. We have it within the African-American population. So, I mean, this is not just a phenomenon that is just, one people group. Everybody tends to go with lighter for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm a little bit off the beaten path. I always like things that are a little more, countercultural, a little more underground, and I think she is the face of that. And so I would love to see her cross over into American films. I really would. So she is my number 8. That was my number 8. Number 7. The first of 2 Kapoors. You guys have any guess what it is? Ooh, no, you're close. Shahid Kapoor. I saw him in Hater, and I was blown away by it. Absolutely blown away. How this guy is not doing more stuff. How he's not like one of the biggest actors in India, blows my mind. It seems to be that we have these, and again, I think this list that I'm giving you it's really kind of hard, I think, for some of these people to advance forward in the Bollywood film industry, because you have the cons kind of sucking up all the air, right? You really do. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but, you have, kind of an up-and-coming actor, and all SRK has to do is walk into a room and it's pow! Very hard to compete with that superstardom kind of quality. But loved Hader, absolutely loved his performance, and blown away by it. I mean, this wasn't just some of the best acting that I've seen in an Indian film. It was some of the best acting I think I've seen ever. An amazing, amazing talent. I need to see more of his films, right? So let's move on. Now, this next actress at the number 6 spot is, I haven't seen her in much, but what I saw her in, I loved. And it's Reema Sen from Gangs of Wasseypur. She was a Bengali. I think when I did my movie review, I thought maybe she was retarded or something, but she was just shy and bashful being around the mafioso dude. How adorable is she? She gave a killer performance in Gangs of Wasseypur, and I don't understand why she's not in more films. I mean, can you imagine, let's do an American remake, Thelma and Louise, and you cast her, and you cast in Rahika Apte. You cast those two in the film, and you do Thelma and Louise. Google it, My Young Crunk Brothers. It would be an amazing, amazing film, I think. Very, very talented woman. Enjoyed her role in Gangs of Wasseypur. Just so good. From being the shy, bashful, in Gangs of Wasseypur, when she realizes she's pregnant and her body she thinks is ruined, and she's just so angry, and trying to get her son perpendicular to kind of take what belongs to them, and just a great performance. And if you guys know of any other great films that I can see her in, hit me up. Number 5 is we're moving up the list here, and she is amazing. I love her. And she's kind of, there's a couple folks I think in here that are like, the top popular Bollywood actors and actresses. And I think she's in it. Madhuri Dixit. Man. I loved her in Gangs of Gungali. I loved her in everything I've seen. She can dance. She's like the original OG version of Baby Got Back from Sir Mix-a-Lot. She can dance, she can move, she can act. I love her, man. I just absolutely love her. I love her performance. And she's just somebody that just, I get hit by her stardom. Her stardom translates, into cross-cultural areas. You can just tell when you're watching her that you're in the presence of greatness. In her acting, in her dancing. I love her dancing. I love it. And some of you have said, hey, listen, Professor, go check out this, do a reaction video to this dance, that dance. And I absolutely love it. She's just great. I absolutely love her film work. Now my next one is another one that I would love to meet. I really liked her in Bobby. I really liked her in Finding Fanny. She was hilarious in Finding Fanny. And this woman, I think, I would love to see a renaissance of her work. I would love to see her, and that is Dimple Kapada. Love me some Dimple, man. She is just what a fun woman. Bobby blew me away. I thought she was outstanding in that. In Finding Fanny, she blew me away as the crazy mother-in-law kind of character. Just so funny. And, I think probably in this stage of her career, not necessarily a leading actress, but man, she would make a great mom, wouldn't she? She'd make a great character to get in there. Your crazy aunt. I think she just can nail that role really, really well. Now, I know Finding Fanny didn't do well in India. Warrior Queen loved it. Absolutely loved it. Just truly, truly loved the film. And I tell you what, one day I got to make it to Goa. That's what I got to do. I got to go to Goa and just experience India in all of its glory. So Dimple Kapoor. Now, we got 3 left here. 3 left. My big 3, the big guns. Number 3, I love this kid. I have not seen a bad performance in him. He was in Barfi. Bombay Velvet I loved. I loved Bombay Velvet. And that's the Kapoor kid. Yeah, I refer to him as the Kapoor kid. Love this kid. He is so nice. He is so kind. Any and every interview I've seen with him, he's respectful to the SRKs of the world. He's respectful to the history, to the stardom. He is part of the pillar family, really, of the Bollywood films. And he's just an amazing actor. He's somebody I would like to meet. I really would like to meet him. I'd like to interview him and get his take on the Bollywood film trends. Outstanding. He's my number 3. Now, number 2. Boy, we're going right through this list pretty quick here. Number 2. I apologize in advance for butchering this name. I think he is the best underappreciated actor in India. It is... I so apologize. Let me give it my best try here. Naazana Sidqui, Gangs of Wasseypur. The son that grew up to take over for his dad, or I guess probably his granddad, as you go through that family affair of generational curses and anger and whatnot. Amazing actor. I've seen him in a few things. I think he's just a tremendous actor, and I don't understand, like, how was he not held up as like the best or one of the best? But again, I think it kind of gets back into the King Khans, if you will. They can just walk right into a room and just suck up all the air. But I think, dude, this guy is just so amazing as an actor. His performance in Gang of Wasseypur blew me away. I mean, gangster films are American, right? That's what they are. They're an American creation. This dude walked into the role basically of Scarface, and he out-Scarfaced Al Pacino. He out-Godfathered Al Pacino. He out-Goodfellas Robert De Niro. He was just so believable as a crime lord, as a mafioso, as an overlord, and it was just tremendous. It's tremendous. I mean, that final scene where he just starts lighting it up with a gun, right? Oh, man. I mean, it's a shame. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy that he is not, the biggest star of India. Man, just what a great actor. No. Number 1, here we come. The number 1 professor's favorite Indian actor. If I had a drum roll, I'd give you a drum roll. That's a drum roll. Or a bad muffler, or headers. Or an engine we'll just call it a drum roll. Number 1, King Khan himself, Irfan Khan. My man. What's up, my man, Irfan Khan? He is the greatest Khan of them all. He is the King Kong Daddy Khan. He is the biggest Khan. He is the greatest Khan. I have Irfan Khan fever. I can't get enough of him. He's in Bollywood. He's in great films in Bollywood. He's in Hollywood. He's in Spider-Man. He's in Talvar. He's in Piku. He's in The Life of Pi. He's in Tom Hanks movie coming up that nobody's going to see because who cares about Tom Hanks anymore? He's in... Dude, this guy is he is the best actor. I think he is the best actor on the planet. Boom. Oh yeah, I just went there. Oh, hey, what do you think about Robert? No, not Irfan Khan. Dude, you give me Irfan Khan in any role. Right? If there was a life story about the professor, I want Irfan Khan to play me. Because he would get the essence of who I am and just give it to you just how it is. This guy is just amazing. Just amazing, dude. He is King Khan. I'm going to say it. I declare right now on this podcast, Salman Khan, Amir Khan, SRK, all bow down to King Khan, Irfan Khan. He is your king and your ruler. He is the undisputed heavyweight champion of Bollywood. And if you don't like it, well, I sure think you could probably leave a comment then. Great actor. The best. I so enjoy his film work. I so enjoy... Name me one bad Irfan Khan movie. I've seen SRK movies that are bad. I've seen Amir Khan movies that are bad. I've seen Salman Khan movies that are bad. I can't name one. Irfan Khan, I think I've probably seen him in 6 or 7 things. He's the one I have the most exposure to. And I think he is King Khan. Name a better actor than him. Name one, except that old dude. That old dude's really good at India, and he was probably, he just missed the cut. He is the old guy from Black, and he was the dad in Piku. I forgot his name. He was in Sholay when he was younger. He's pretty good too. But this of course, the list is based on the professor's likes. Irfan Khan, dude. How about this? Irfan Khan plays the father of Radhika Apte, who is going to marry the Kapoor kid, and man, what an awesome film that would be, huh? That'd be a great film. Oh man, I just love this guy so much. And you know what? I'm becoming a fanboy, right? I'm becoming one of those internet trolls. When somebody says something bad about Irfan Khan, I'm gonna go attack them. Dude, I joke, I kid. Oh man, what a great film. Hey, listen, we're going to be doing something here, and we talked about it. I did a video called "I Have a Beer with India," and we talk about some stuff. And I just want to touch base with you guys. We get a lot of requests for trailer reactions and stuff, and it's just really hard for me to keep track of everything because it's just me doing this, and I have a family that I got to take care of, and I work a job, and sometimes things just fall through the cracks, or something happens. I get busy at work, and I can't get here and check everything, in its entirety. So Sam and Dave at the Controlled Chaos channel, they're in India. They're going to help me out, like just getting like the best trailer stuff to you guys. They're going to keep me informed, in the loop, and we're going to try to figure out a way to kind of work with them on a consistent basis where we can do some videos. We can do videos together, and I would encourage you to go check them out. Go check out The Lowdown. Edwin Lowe is a friend of mine, and he's just started a YouTube page. You go check that out. And I'm going to just close on this note again. For all my friends in India, with everything that's going on with the terrorism, be safe. If you see something, say something, report it, and just be safe. We don't want anything to happen to any of us here. We want to make it through this together, and you are in my thoughts and prayers. I'll catch you guys later. Peace and God bless. This has been the Bollywood Podcast, episode 13.